Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great, staying safe and sane and healthy, and just getting along out there. I had a video today that I wanted to shoot, and I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple different things. First, my leg is doing really good. Work's doing really good. Getting out, walking around a lot more. I don't really have a video to show you guys this week of me, like, you know, doing more exercises and walking around and stuff like that, but just trust me, it's getting a lot better. So we're all super happy about it, including my prosthetist. He's very stoked on everything, and yeah, so he's really excited about it. My wife's really excited about it. You know, our future is progressing, and we're starting to see some kind of light at the end of our tunnel. So that's amazing. It's all, you know, it's all starting to come together a little bit, you know, not fully, but it's all starting to, it's there, you know. I don't want to spike the ball and do my touchdown dance just yet, because I'm not quite there, but it will get there. So that's awesome, you know. So yeah, that's going really well. Work's going really well. No complaints. The boss has no complaints. I mean, like I said, you know, in my other videos and stuff, I've had a few rough days here and there, you know, where, like, there's one day I had to break out my trusty cane, just my regular walking cane that I use sometimes. Not like forearm crutches or a walker or nothing like that. But, I mean, a lot of these houses are, you know, 2 and 3 stories, so you're going to have to climb a lot of steps. And especially when we get over in some of these apartments that we're doing, they, you know, I mean, that's steps after, I mean, you know, it's a lot of steps. So, you know, I've had a few days where that's kind of been an issue, but it's, again, nothing really that management's going to complain about or scoff at or anything like that. So we're good there. So, you know, everything's good there. But like I said, it's just it was an adjustment for sure to, you know, get back in the swing of things, both physically and mentally. So yeah, there we go. There's that. Everything's going good with that. Now, my video today, what I wanted to talk about are Facebook groups, and amputee Facebook groups in particular. Now, amputee Facebook groups can be a good thing. They really can. They have a lot of good information in there, and there's a lot of, you know, very kind and trustworthy people in there that are just looking, you know, to be people like myself that are just trying to help others, you know, dealing with their new normal. And then you have other people in the groups that I'm going to talk about today. And there's several snakes in a group like that. And we're going to address 3 main topics that really bug the crap out of me. And one of them, we'll start off very light and easy, simple, is no selling or no self-promoting of any goods or services. And that includes Facebook groups, YouTube channels, you know, your merch store, any of that. It doesn't matter. And it's just like, well, my channel is nothing but amputees. It's nothing but, you know, motivation and getting people going and trying to help people and trying to help others. You know, it's not like a look at me being funny and pranking this guy on the street. It's not that. It's like meant to help people. It doesn't matter. They'll still boot you, and I don't know why. A lot of groups, the Amputee Coalition of America, they're pretty good about it. They don't really bother anybody or anything like that, because they are a major corporation. Like, they're a big company, like multi-billion-dollar company. So they overlook a lot of that kind of stuff. They don't really, you know, they're not as picky. But some of the more private groups, like where it's owned by, you know, 2 or 3 people, or run and administrated by 2 different people or 3 different people, those are the ones that you run into some issues with. Now, a lot of them, they want to be giving out information and stuff like that, which it's about 50-50. Some of it's good information, some of it's, you know, like stuff that it's basic common sense that you already knew before. So it's like, why aren't you telling me this? You know, I already know how to tie my shoes. Why are you trying to teach me how to tie my shoes as an amputee? You know, this is like simple shit. And they don't really hit on anything like, you know, unaliving yourself, or PTSD or depression, or the hurt and sadness and the uncertainty, like I said before, and everything that comes along with it. That's the shitty part about being an amputee. And they, like I said, they give you 50-50 on good advice and that kind of stuff, but a lot of it, like when you try to step in and be like, well, actually, if you did this and this, it would probably help out a lot better. This is what I've tried to do, and well, I've been an amputee for 6 years, and I don't do any of that. And, you're just wrong. You're in here giving people wrong information and blah 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 blah. Do it again, you'll get booted. And it's just like, damn, dude, what? Like, really? Like, you're gonna be that fucking touchy over just me disagreeing with what you're saying? I mean, that's a bit much, right? So you run into a little bit of big heads, so to speak, in these type of groups. All right, moving on to number 2. Now, if you want to get kicked out of a Facebook group, an amputee Facebook group, this is probably the fastest way to do it. This is something that they have a zero tolerance for, and they just will not entertain it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want anything to do with it. And that is the subject of transgender. Now, if a person gets an appendage cut off of their body, does that make them an amputee automatically? No. No, it does not. So if you've had, I'm talking about a male to female, obviously. If you've had your, removed, cut off, and, surgically made into something else that I'm not allowed to say on here, then that does not make you an amputee. And we don't look down on those people or nothing like that. That's not what it's about. But we've actually seen transgender people out there trying to get disability benefits as an amputee. That's a real thing. That's actually happening right now. And what that does is it screws it up for other amputees, other people in general, really, that need to have that assistance. And it's not like a huge pandemic, like it's a big thing going on right now, but it is happening, and it's happening enough to where people don't like it. They're not fans of it, obviously. I get why. But there's people out there, transgender folks, that are trying to get benefits and everything, like medical benefits and disability, for being a quote-unquote amputee, and they're not. That's not what that is. Now, the definition of amputee is having an appendage removed. The act of having an appendage removed to, give the person a better quality of life or something like that, or to stop infection, and I forgot how it goes, but there's a whole big thing, and I'll actually look up the definition and put it in here for you. All right, so there's that. It's a whole big thing. Like it's a whole kind of nasty avenue to go down, getting into that sort of thing. It's as bad as it is, and as how it's looked at, is cosmetic surgery. That's what it's considered. Like, if you go and talk to an actual plastic surgeon and stuff like that, that's what that falls under, is cosmetic surgery. It's like cosmetic reconstructive surgery or something like it. It has a whole name, but that's what it is, and that's how, you know, that's how that works. So something we're just not crazy about is people coming into the groups, and there's transgender people in the groups, and you know, they talk about how, you know, they get thanked for being such an inspiration and all this stuff, and 90% of us kind of sit there like, what did you do? I don't understand. Like how does this work? Make it make sense to me? And a lot of them can't. So they want, to be patted on the head and fit in, so to speak. And I'm not going to get ugly. I'm not going to be mean about it. But yeah, they're generally not. There's a time and place, and that's not it. That is not that particular group. That's not what that's for. So there you go. Another one that's a really big. The third one is something that we just don't do. We don't talk about. And if you come inside or come into one of our groups and you are ex-military, we don't ever ask you about what happened. How did you lose your leg? Did you, or your arm, or whatever? Don't get very prying with people. Don't ask a whole lot of questions and stuff that is just strictly none of your business. I mean, let's just go ahead and face facts. It's none of your business. And a lot of times, if the group admins see that kind of stuff, what they're going to do is you'll probably get a warning at first, and then keep it up and you'll get booted out of the group. It's not really a zero tolerance thing. It's just more of a have some couth, man. Have some respect. People out here that have fought for this country and have literally seen their best friends die right in front of them, and they're coming home missing pieces. The last thing they want to do is sit and talk about it. So leave these people alone. Don't ask what happened, and all that. For people that are about to join Facebook groups for amputees and stuff, just don't ask what happened. If they choose to tell their story, then you can ask questions, but there again, you got to walk on eggshells, man. You got to be very, very careful with what you say, what you ask. Don't ask anything about a body count, or don't do that stupid stuff. Again, a lot of common sense stuff. It's just super common sense. Just don't ask these questions. Really and truly, they don't like it when you ask what happened. That's kind of like the golden question that you just leave it alone. If a person gets on there, like I said, and they want to tell their story, like I do, I get on there and I tell people all about myself. I mean, you guys have watched my YouTube videos. You guys have seen exactly what's going on with me, and the struggles I've been through and everything that, that I continue to go through on a daily basis. I don't do the poor little old me bullshit. I don't ask for anything. I don't beg for anything. Nothing like that. The same as on here. I don't do any of that. If I didn't earn it, then it don't fucking belong to me. That's just the way it is. I don't want your free anything. I want to earn it. And that's the way that I've always been. Like, always been. And, that's just the way that it's got to be. And a lot of times, like I said, people come into these groups and stuff, and they're brand new. I mean, they just recently had their surgery, so they don't know. When I say their surgery, in quotes, what I mean by that is your amputation. You don't use that word. Just stop. Don't use amputation, cut off, chopped off. Just leave those words alone for right now. I can say them right now, and it's no big deal. But leave them alone, because that might be something that might bother people. So just you want to leave that alone, and just don't even bring it up. So there you go. Just don't ask how. That's the only thing that is going to be you're going to get an immediate none of your damn business, and don't be offended when you do get that. So there you go. There is the questions that you don't ask in a chat room. In a Facebook group. Oh, and before I forget, there's another group of people out there that I find absolutely vile and disgusting. Just horrible, garbage people. And those people are called devotees. 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 Well, 2 E's, sorry. So, what a devotee is, it is a person who gets pleasure from looking at pictures and videos of amputees. You may have heard of it before, maybe you haven't. But if you haven't, I'm going to give you a brief little rundown on what it is, alright? There's people out there that have a fetish, and what that fetish is seeing people's stumps. They want to see your nub, your stump, your residual limb, whatever you want to call it. They want to see a picture of it, and they derive sexual pleasure from it. They do. That's just, they enjoy looking at those pictures, and that's what turns them on. Now, is it as sick as, you know, some of the other stuff out there, and you know what I'm talking about? No, but it's fucking horrible, and it's taking advantage of people, and it's something that you just don't do. Like, you just don't do that to people. That's not how you treat people. These people are going through a really, really rough time in their life, a horrible, rough patch, and the last thing they want to do is have some perverted weirdo sending them messages. This is what they do. They'll send you a message and be like, hey, I'm about to have my leg amputated as well. And you're like, oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, it's just like, it's going to get better. You know, you just got to, you're trying to like hold this person's hand and like walk them through it and teach them, you know, it's like, you're okay, buddy. You're going to be fine. And then they start with the, you know, what does it look like after it's done? And it's just like, well, I mean, you know, it's going to be some swelling, and then you're going to have some, you know, it's a lot of pain. It's going to hurt like you wouldn't believe. But, you know, that will go away over time. And, you know, you're just sitting here walking them through it. Telltale sign right here. One, their profile picture is like, it's not even them. It's some other, like, model or some other person like that. And they have, like, 3 friends or something, you know, and chances are they're all alts for that same exact person that's like befriended their self, you know what I mean? So that's what they do. And the question that they pop you with is, do you have any pictures so I can get a good idea of what mine will look like? Come on, y'all. You know exactly what they're about to do. They're about to take your picture, your video, your whatever you send them, and that immediately goes on to some gross-ass site, and people will pay money for pictures of your stump. That's a real thing. Don't believe me? Google it. Google devotees. D-E-V-O-T-E-E-S. Devotees. Look that up. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I don't make things up on my channel. I don't lie. I don't just, you know, sensationalize things to make it seem more than what it is, or none of that dumb shit. I just don't do that. I tell you guys the fucking facts, the way shit is. And those people are absolutely the most vile fucking people that I can think of, other than the tier above that. And yeah, we're just gonna leave that one alone. You know, they're scum, and I get it, man. If you have a thing that you're into, and that's, you know, let's just say it's what I like, you know. Well, that doesn't always make it right. That doesn't always make it something that's, you know, it's just like, that's an excuse for doing this weird shit that you're doing. And, you know, I'm not going to put up with it. And the one group that I am an actual admin of, I definitely do not put up with it. I don't ask, you know, questions. I don't do anything like that. The second I see that shit, you're booted. Like I said, not every Facebook group is horrible. Not everyone, but there are some out there, and I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to drop their name. That's just, that I'm not doing that. I'm not going to blow up somebody just because I don't agree with what they do. That's just dumb. We're not going to do that here. The Motivated One-Legger channel does not do that to people, and we're not about to start today. So, there you go. But, no buying and selling. let's recap here. No buying and selling, no self-promotion, nothing like that. Don't ask people what happened. Don't ask people for their pictures of their stump. And damn sure don't ask the question of, if I become transgender, does that make me an amputee? No, it does not. It does not. We don't hate you. We don't look down on you. We don't do any of that stuff, just as long as you go and have your surgery and just go live your life. It's when you try to come into our groups and then want to start trying to like identify and like be a part of the scene and all that shit that we're just kind of like, dude, you gotta go. You gotta fucking go. And, you know, again, it's not homophobic or transphobic. It's not that. It's just weird to us. It's strange and it's weird that people want this lifestyle. You know, they're right up there with the BIID group that I've talked about before in my previous video. If you don't remember that video, then you can go back and watch it. It's called A Very Angry Rant About the BIID Community. So go check that out. And yeah, you'll see my feelings on that. But I look at it kind of in the same boat. And you know, maybe that's wrong, maybe it's not. I don't really care. I feel the way that I feel, and that's just going to remain the way it is. So having said that, I love you guys so much. Y'all are all amazing, every single one of you. You're all beautiful, kicking ass, and just continue to do so. Go out there, go be great, go do awesome things. Tell me all about it in the comment section. If there's anything in this video that you agree or disagree with, put it in the comment section, and you know, we'll talk about it. Maybe you can change my mind on some of the things that, you know, that I do and feel and stuff. So I mean, I'm always willing to debate, you know. So guys, hit me up. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon, and y'all have a great day, and I'll see you next week.